Hey everyone, today's video is about when you flinch in front of him. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. The day started, just like any other. You and Bakugou were running late for school, as usual. You were both rushing around, trying to get ready as quickly as possible. As you were brushing your teeth, Bakugou came into the bathroom and started brushing into his own. You were so focused on getting ready that you didn't notice him come in. Suddenly, Bakugou reached over and grabbed your toothbrush out of your hand. You flinched, and Bakugou looked at you with surprise. "What's wrong?" he asked. He didn't know what to say. You were embarrassed that you had flinched, and he didn't want to make a big deal out of it. "Nothing," you mumbled, but Bakugou could tell that something was wrong. He stared at you for a moment, his brow furrowed in confusion. "Are you sure?" he asked. You nodded, but Bakugou wasn't convinced. He could tell that you were hiding something from him. "Come on, man. What's up?" he questioned. You sighed. You knew that you couldn't keep this from him any longer. It reminded me of him." You admitted. Bakugou's eyes widened in surprise. He hadn't meant to startle you, and he felt terrible that he had. "I'm so sorry," he said. "I didn't mean to scare you." You shook your head. "It's not your fault. I... I'm just scared, and everything still reminds me of him." Bakugou nodded understandingly. He knew that you had been through a lot in the past, and that he didn't want to do anything that would make you uncomfortable. "I promise I'll try not to startle you again." He promised you. You smiled gratefully. "Thank you, Katsuki." Bakugou then leaned in and kissed you on the forehead. "You're welcome," he said. You finished getting ready for school, and you and Bakugou headed out the door. You were still a little shaken up by what had happened, and you knew that Bakugou meant well, but still it did shake you up a bit. As you were walking to school, he decided to tell Bakugou about everything in your past. He knew that you had someone, and that you had gotten something abusive, but still, he didn't know what exactly happened, so he told him. He told him about the abuse that you had suffered, and how it had made you afraid of being touched. Bakugou listened patiently as you spoke to him. He was angry that someone had hurt you like that, but he was also proud of you for being so strong. "You're an amazing person, Ryan. I'm so glad that you're in my life," he said when you were finished. You smiled. "Thank you, Katsuki. I'm glad you're in mine too." You and Bakugou continued walking to school, the weight of your shared moment lingering between you. The sun was shining brightly, creating long shadows on the sidewalk, but you barely noticed it. Your mind was still replying the events of the morning, trying to process everything that had happened. Bakugou walked beside you in silence, and his usual demeanor replaced by a thoughtful expression. He could tell that your conversation had taken a toll on you, and he just wanted to make sure that you were okay. "Hey, are you sure that you're alright?" You turned to him. Your eyes filled with a mix of sadness and gratitude. "It's a lot better than I was before." You admit it, but it's still quite hard sometimes. Bakugou nodded understandingly. He knew that trauma wasn't something that could be just forgotten, and he admired your strength for facing it head on. "I'm here for you, Lion, no matter what," he said, his voice filled with sincerity. You smiled at him, your heart aching with love for this boy that had seen your darkest moments and still loved you unconditionally. "I know, and I'm still so grateful to you." The two of you continued walking. your hands brushing against each other. Occasionally, the simple touch was a reminder of your bond, a silent reassurance that you would face whatever challenges lay ahead together. As you arrived at school, the bustling crowd of students seemed to fade away, leaving you and Bakugou only in your own little world. You exchanged a knowing stare, a silent promise that your connection would remain strong no matter what life threw your way. The day went on as usual, filled with classes, homework, and occasional outbursts from Bakugou. But through it all, you felt a peace within, knowing that Bakugou was by your side, his love and support, a constant anchor in your life. As that school day drew to a close, you and Bakugou found yourselves walking home together, the familiar path now etched into memories of your shared journey. The warmth of the setting sun bathed you in a golden glow, casting long shadows that danced playfully around you. Baku, usually a boisterous and energetic presence, walked beside you in a rare moment of quiet contemplation. His gaze, often sharp and piercing, was now softened, his eyes reflecting the depth of his affection for you. You know, he began, his voice breaking in the comfortable silence. I never thought I'd find someone like you. A smile graced your lips. You turned to face him. What do you mean, someone like me? He asked, curiosity piqued. Baku paused, searching for the right words. I always thought I'd end up with someone tough. Someone who could match my explosive personality. He admitted. But you're different. You're strong, but you're also gentle and understanding. You see me for who I am, really. And you accept me without judgment. His words tugged at your heartstrings, a testament to the deep connection that you shared. I love you, Katsuki. Baku's eyes lit up, his usual fury gaze replaced with tenderness that melted away any trace of his tough exterior. He pulled you into a tight hug. I love you too, Lion. More than you could ever imagine. The world around you faded away as you stood there, lost in each other's embrace. The sun had dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, but your focus was solely on the love that radiated between you and Bakugou. In that moment, you knew that no matter what challenges life threw your way, you would face them together. Your bond unbreakable, your love a beacon guiding you through the darkest of times. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye.